Welcome to Rewind, the podcast. And the Grammy for hottest, flyest, sexiest goes to Raven, Janice, Giselle, Monet, Divine Dawson.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Rewind the Podcast.
A special episode of Rewind the Podcast because y'all already watched the new episode.
Correct, but we wanted to do our due diligence.
Because someone's back from jury duty. She didn't get picked.
And give the people what they want, which is a Grammy conversation. We watched the show together. It was great.
It was great.
And we have a lot of thoughts.
Raven was supposed to go see Chicago. She canceled. We got food. We went over to Gabe's house. Producer Gabe, he is not here today because he had to work. Not that y'all need to know that. But y'all were saying so much about you can't wait to hear our takes. And we were like, we
don't have any.
Like Raven was at jury duty.
But we're back and we're ready to get going.
Yes.
So let's get started.
Let's get started. Okay, so we are going to start at the top. We're starting with that red carpet.
The red carpet.
The first thing I want to talk about before we talk about anything.
Okay.
Bianca, Kanye West. Who's Kanye West?
Kanye West's wife.
Yes.
Bianca.
Yes. Blink twice if you need help.
She donned a very interesting look.
A very revealing
on the red carpet. My thing is, why would you ever show the world your coochie slit?
Your coochie.
Why would you ever show the world?
You're like, I have a different.
This.
You're like, I can do titties.
Your coochie slit?
Your moose knuckle. Your camel toe.
My initial thought was, this is one of those things that looks like a body.
Yeah.
But it's not actually her body.
Like one of those T-shirts you get in Destin.
Correct. Mm-hmm. Because who would do that?
Mm-hmm.
She would.
Yeah.
She would.
But this is what I'm saying. Blink twice. Would she or is she under?
But my thing is, this is her husband.
Mm-hmm.
She's either high or not high enough. I don't know which one. Why would you do that? My thing is, if you are promoting an album, show your coochie slit.
Yeah, there you go. This just in, Kanye, show your coochie.
Like, why are we looking at this lady coochie?
And it really makes me wonder. I don't want to immediately go to abuse, but that was weird.
Because
he wasn't even invited.
Correct.
That was like the tea. Allegedly, he showed up and apparently was hoping to meet with Taylor, and they were like,
oh, really?
Allegedly, the tea I heard online was that he was showing up and like begging the Grammy handler people to be like, let me know when she's going to be there, and they were like, absolutely not.
No.
They wanted to get nowhere near it. So.
Okay, first of all, she starts from the back. She got a little fur coat on.
She does, yes.
And then she reveals the back, and you're like, backless.
Ooh. It was kind of giving a Titanic.
Yes. Not a backless.
I expect to get what I want.
And then, as it got lower, it was booty crack.
I was like, oh, okay. So we're going for the full.
And then she turned to the front.
And she said, here's my landing strip right there.
Areolas out, belly button for the world, coochie slit, coochie crack. Mm-hmm. Everything was out. Respectfully, there were children.
There at the red carpet?
On the red carpet.
Well, let's be real. So we saw it and immediately posted a TikTok video that was starting to really climb. And then almost immediately TikTok said, there's nudity.
Bitch, she naked.
She's literally naked. You can't post that. And it got taken down. And that was when it was like, this is like a whole naked lady.
So supposedly her dad years ago or a year ago or so, like said publicly, like, she's my daughter. She's an architect. She's a smart woman. Kanye, why are you parading your wife around in this manner? But we are just seeing a lot of her that did nobody ask for. You are not an artist. You're not nominated.
See?
You're a +1 for the evening with your coochie crack.
Apparently, a +2 because he was not supposed to be there. So it's not even a plus. It's a what?
It's an extra.
What are we doing?
And
Look.
It's just back to back. Like, we just saw her giving him fellatio on a boat.
We did?
We did.
I did not.
Paparazzi caught them doing that. And allegedly, Kanye, I heard this through the grapevine, allegedly. What he does is he seeks out people out of the country to be a part of Yeezy campaigns. and then lures them in, and then it becomes more than a Yeezy campaign. And now we sexy.
So has she Yeezy too close to the sun?
I don't know. And obviously she's getting something out of it because she's still there.
Yeah,
but
she got to go to the Grammys.
We
didn't.
I just don't understand her viewpoint. I've literally never heard her say words.
I don't think I have either. Because every time I look at her, I'm just like, oh, is that Kim? So no shade.
I've never heard her say words. I do know he's releasing a new something. I know he's doing something for Yeezy, and this was all publicity. The part that killed me was him coming out like proud of it, like saying she was the most Googled person. Sir, it's because she had her areolas out.
And her
coochie crack.
Yeah, her lady garden. That's what it's talking about.
And at first again, I was like, is there under like a lace? He's selling that dress. Dress, if you could call it that.
The Emperor's New Clothes. That's what that is. The Emperor's New Clothes.
And I'm trying to think of a time or a place that would be appropriate to wear that as an undergarment or as a dress. And I can't think of one.
If you're gay, P-Town. P-Town, okay. Bear Week 2025.
Okay, well, there you go. There you go. But I don't know who's going to buy that.
You know, I say it's weird. It's like a little tasteless or whatever. Yeah. But I think it's just because I wanted to wear that.
Oh.
That's what I was going to wear, and she stole my outfit, so.
Crazy.
Yeah, I know.
You would have
been my Kanye just standing there like.
A little bit more kibbles and bits to show the world.
I'm sorry, what does that mean? Is that a fat joke?
No, it's because you have balls.
Oh, it is true. I would have been like, woo, but if it's cold, you know, they might not have seen them.
Okay, well, I don't want to talk about your balls anymore.
Yeah, okay, let's move on.
Moving on along.
Okay, well, may God bless her and keep her. I hope she's safe and okay, but I mean, if she's a grown woman, so she can do what she wants to do.
If she like it, I love it. I don't like it.
This is something I want to talk about. And we don't have to hit on it long. Who is Joy Villa?
When you find out, let me know.
Who is Joy Villa?
I really don't know.
Because she comes almost every year.
Is she an artist?
I think she is. The last I saw, she's got like 1,500 listeners on Spotify, which, I mean, I've got more than that. Look me up, Rackley. But she comes always in like a Make America Great Again dress or like a little slip that says like Donald Trump.
I hate black people.
She did?
No.
I was like, oh my gosh. Well, didn't she do one? She did something to that one. No, it was about abortion. It was like a rainbow dress, I think, with like a baby in it. I think.
Stop inviting her.
Like, why do we invite her? Now, I've heard this, allegedly. It's because she may be high-ranking in Scientology, which I don't know how. But they said maybe they're paying her way because they're like, she's not nominated.
She's never nominated. She's never presenting.
She's never, I mean,
she's
just
never
going?
Doing anything.
Is she just sneaking up on there? Because if so, that's very loose security. We should try it.
I know, for real.
We'd be like, hello, we'd like to interview you.
I would be a seat filler. I'll be smiling like this.
Yeah.
Hey, next to Beyonce.
Yes. Or Doechii.
Yes. Whatever. It's her right to make her political statement.
I guess.
In the way she wants to. I just find it odd that she keeps getting an invitation.
To be on the carpet. Also, because in my head, I'm like, if that's who you keep at the Recording Academy, like no tea, no shade, if that's who you keep inviting, like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
Especially when you're talking about unity and
all of this.
Yeah, I don't
and
get
the 13,000. We'll get to the 13,000. But if y'all have any tea on Joy and how she keep getting invited, y'all let us know.
Let us know in the comments. Also, if somebody has any connects to the Associated Press, we would love to take over for whoever that little Gen Z girl was who decided Babyface was not worth the time or the money. Because let me tell you what, I would have had words with her. I have words for her now. On
just a basis level, on just a human level, that was rude as I wouldn't do that to anybody.
No.
Let alone a musical legend.
Yeah.
That was so rude.
We had people comment and they were like, who is Babyface? This is a good, and I'm not shading our listeners, this is a good lesson in some of the most famous people are people who will never be on a magazine.
Exactly, but I mean, he did have his head. Kev on stage said this today, and I was like, you hit the nail on the head. He said, if anybody had Babyface's career just in the 90s, that's plenty. The fact that he's continued to work, he's written for Ariana Grande, like all of these big name people. The fact that they would dismiss him is silly. And granted, listen, Chappell's the it girl right now.
Yes.
But who works for y'all? There should be a person going to say, hey, Chappell, we'd love to have a conversation with you. We're interviewing Babyface for the next 35 seconds. Do you mind waiting?
Let me tell you something right now, Raven Dawson.
Not
was
my
weird.
full name.
No, your
Not my
full name,
government.
Raven Janelle Janice
Yeah.
Giselle. My name is Vine Dawson.
Yeah.
But you're so right, because when I used to work at the CMA Awards, I was that person. I would go through, I would have an art, I would say Dan and Shay, your favorites. And
Hey, Dan and Shay.
The publicist would give me a piece of paper and it would have all the talking points, and I would literally go to every affiliate and every news thing, and I would go, hey, I'm walking with Dan and Shay. We have them. And they would either say, yes, we'd absolutely love to. Sometimes I would walk with newer artists and they would go, we're not interested this year. And I was like, it felt so like I felt rejected.
Yeah.
But so I guarantee you, and now granted, she's probably moving down the carpet quickly, but still at that point, personally, I'm like, that's your person.
And you wrap it up. You just wrap it up. You just say, thank you so much, Mr. Babyface. It was a pleasure to speak with you. And get him the hell on. Let him finish his sentence.
Do what the lady at the American Country Music Award did. We're about to get started. Thank you so much, Taylor Smith, everyone. Just be like toddler face, everybody. Thank you so much.
Not toddler face.
Sorry. That was funny.
Infant smile.
Yeah.
Get on out. After you.
Now, I will say, because a lot of people are going after both of those girls.
It was one.
It was one. She saw her and immediately went, Chappell. And I was like, first of all, Chappell Roan herself has already said, don't do that. So you already broke Chappell's rules. And then you did it to Babyface. It was just
also
so disrespectful.
Word on the street, their comments turned off.
Absolutely.
And the Associated Press, I think, put out an apology.
Well, they did something on the carpet where she was like, I really want to say sorry. Like, I saw Chappell and I couldn't control myself or whatever. And I was like, that's not
good enough.
You get up there and you do the vising in the eyes and you go, I just want to say, like that was.
How about you just don't do it in the first place?
I was thinking to myself, I was like, if we got invited to the Wicked for Good premiere, we're hired. And I'm interviewing Bo and Yang. And Jonathan Bailey comes walking down the carpet. You know how I feel about him. I resolved within myself, I still wouldn't do it.
The way I would snatch you by your mullet.
On the
On camera.
Always gonna bring up the mullet.
And beat your ass. They would get you would get a real show. Because I would be fired. I know that girl is pissed.
Oh, yeah.
Off how you drag me into this.
Yeah, because again, she's getting rude. Or she's getting roped in with that.
So Associated Press, Blake and I know how to act. We're great interviewers. Please reach out to us. We would love to be a part of any of the award shows.
Yes, Raven's very professional. I've worked on carpets before. She's hot. I'm sexy. We're both fly. Hire us.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let's move on.
Moving on along.
Okay, you wanted to talk about
the best dress.
The best dress.
And the worst dress.
Okay, so who do you think, just off the top of your head, you were like, I don't even have to guess. They were it.
Oh, perfect look?
Yeah, just
Doechii.
Doechii, okay.
She wore, oh my gosh.
She wore Tom Brown.
Yes. And he does this masculine, feminine kind of vibe. She looked perfect. She's so creative. It perfect for the vibe, perfect for the night, perfect for the event. She's my best dress of the night.
I don't want to, this is not shade. I mean, this is a compliment because I think it reflects she was kind of giving Elphaba Throp.
I don't know who that is.
Elphaba Throp. Elphaba.
Is her last name Throp?
Yeah. Elphaba Throp.
I don't know her about her
when she's in
I
class.
know her about Elfie.
Elfie, there you go. You're on a nickname basis.
Yes.
Yeah, she in the movie when she's
I know exactly
Dr.
the look you talking about.
When
with
she
Dr.
goes,
Dillerman.
And she meets Jonathan Bailey in that
That's
little
true.
suit.
You
No
are
thanks,
really
get
about
stuffed.
Wicked tonight.
I was listening to I'm doing my 10,000 steps a day. I was listening to Wicked today.
Gotcha.
So that's probably why.
Yes, she looked phenomenal. Also, I thought Willow looked great. Willow Smith.
The one half of the Smith fam looked great. So I did something fun because you love fashion. So we're going to play a little game. We're going to go away for a second, and we are going to play, and the Grammy goes to, or moving on along. So here's how it goes. We're just gonna go through the looks. They're gonna pop up on the screen. If you're listening, you can hear us talk about it. But we are gonna go through one by one, and we're gonna let them know if we would give them the Grammy. If we're just gonna move right along. So here we go. So the first one we have Olivia Rodrigo in Vintage Versace.
And the Grammy goes to.
I think I would agree.
Beautiful.
I love the classic, because sometimes she'll do sleeves.
Yeah, the silhouette is perfect. She looks so mature, so gorgeous.
I love that. Okay, so the next one we have is Charli XCX and Jean Paul Gaultier Couture.
I love a Gaultier look. I don't love the shoe.
Okay.
But I do love the dress. So I'm going to say the Grammy goes to.
So I'm actually going to say moving on along because I like the dress. I don't like the color.
Okay.
And I agree with the boots. So Next, we have Kelsey Ballerini and Tamara Ralph Couture.
I'm gonna have to move on along from this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Now we've got Benson Boone and Dolce and the Gabbana.
And the Grammy goes to.
And the Grammy goes to
Look
that
at him showing his
bulge.
little
Oh, sorry.
chest.
Sorry. He's hot.
Look at him showing his little chest. He looks good. He's styled really well.
He is styled really well. Okay, so next we have Doechii and Tom Brown, which you already know, and the Grammy goes to.
Hair is perfect, face perfect, styled perfectly, body perfect, shoe. Everything is perfect.
Oh, yeah.
No notes.
Now we got Kanye and Bianca.
I'm going to have to tell her to move on along, go home, put some clothes on.
Yeah, seriously.
Wow, she really was naked. Okay.
She was so naked. All right, now we've got Taylor Swift and Vivienne Westwood.
Okay. She looks beautiful. Body T, face T.
Snatch.
She looked like she is 3 seconds away from doing a triple axel. She is Olympic ready, baby. It is giving figure skate.
She is ready to give Christy Yamaguchi a run for her money.
I just would love, I know the red lip is a signature. I get it. I just want to see something else. Those bangs, babe, either thin them out or fluff them, feather them, something.
We got it.
But the chihuahua on the top of your forehead is not it.
Okay, moving on along. Oh, LOL. So the next one we have Jaden Smith in Louis Vuitton, and then Willow Smith is in Dior.
Jaden looked like a cake topper. He looked like he going to somebody's wedding. The baby got a house on his head.
Do we know why he did that?
Yes, it was to pay homage to an actor, but I can't remember who the actor is.
Okay, I thought he was like protesting billionaires in their castles.
No. He did it for a reason. And I actually don't love the way that suit fits him. It makes him look like a penguin.
Yeah.
So I'm going to move him on along. I think Willow looks amazing.
She looks gorgeous.
Love the shoe. I love the coat. So the Grammy goes to.
The Grammy goes to, yes. Okay, Miley Cyrus and Saint Laurent.
She looked just like her mama.
She does. She is.
Trish spit her out.
Yes.
She looked, for real, double take. Like, is that Trish or is that Miley?
Yeah.
I'm going to say the Grammy goes to.
I'm going to, too.
Is it a pant?
No, I think it's a dress.
Oh, kind of looks like a pant.
If it is a pant, sorry, but it looks, and the Grammy goes to either way.
Yeah, she looks great.
Okay, so the next person we have Billie Eilish and Prada.
As a Billie look, I actually don't hate it.
Okay.
She looks like a little pirate boy. But she's so pretty.
It is giving like Lost Boys a little bit.
I just think
maybe she's going to go wave the Titanic off.
For her, I'm going to say the Grammy goes to.
Really?
I really do. I don't hate the look on her.
So the next one we have Casey Musgraves and Ralph Lauren.
This looks like something from Ross.
Okay, so here's my thing. I love
this is a Ross dress for less. So who made this? Cannot be Ralph Lauren.
That's Ralph Lauren. I will say this. I love the bottom. The top is kind of giving like Coachella.
I'm gonna have to move that belt. Horrible. Her face looks beautiful. Hair looks great.
Her face card never declines.
That belt.
I'm gonna give it moving on along.
She gotta go.
Yeah. Okay. The next one we have Cynthia Erivo and Louis Vuitton. This is the first time we're seeing her not in her Elphaba green. I will say, if I had her abs, baby, any chance to show them, I would.
I would like it better if it came up higher.
It's the shirt under it that is kind of throwing me.
Oh, see, I like the shirt under it.
Okay,
I think that makes it cool and different. I like her nails are always perfect. I think she styled it really well. I just wish that it wasn't so revealing in the midsection. If it had come up and just shown like the upper part of her stomach, I would like it more. But I'm still going to say the Grammy goes too.
Okay, Shabuzi. I do not know who designed him. I was not able to find it.
He looks fantastic.
Yeah.
You hate it? I love it.
I'm going to give, I love the colors. This right here, like the little scarf he's got on. I'm going to give it a moving on along.
Really? I think he looks fantastic. It's hard for the guys to do stuff that stands out and shows their personality. I think he looks great.
Yeah. The next person we have Jack Antonoff and Margaret Qualley.
That suit is too big. Cantaloupe. His wife looked pretty.
Yeah, Margaret looks great.
Yeah, she looks cute. As though that color washes her out, but she looks cute.
Okay, now we've got Beyonce in custom Schiaparelli.
No notes.
No notes.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
I thought those titties were going to pop
She
out.
looked amazing. Her hair looked great. Makeup looked great. No notes.
No notes. Okay.
Grammy goes too.
Oh, for sure. Okay, next we got Lady Gaga and Samuel Lewis.
I actually really love this dress.
I know.
I hate her bangs.
I do too. I think the look above, no offense, is what's ruining the dress for me because she's rocked stuff like this before.
Her dress is, I think it's beautifully made. It looks
Because it's the blunt bang and the blonde eyebrows.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So moving on along. Alicia Keys looking like Cleopatra.
Queen Sheba. I'm gonna have to move on along. I do like the head accessories, that the headband going into the earrings. I think that's very pretty. I just don't think that this does her any favors for her figure.
Yeah, no. Okay, now we've got Chaperone and Jean-Paul Gaultier Couture.
Amazing.
Moving on along. Sorry, Grammy goes to.
Grammy goes too.
We've got Cardi B and Roberto Cavalli.
I love the dress.
I thought when she walked out on stage, I was like, she looks perfect.
She looked beautiful. She looks great. The Grammy goes to. She always looks great.
Okay, slay. Now we've got Sabrina Carpenter and JW.
This does not do it for me.
Okay.
And I really can't even put my finger on why. I think it's the color.
I was literally going to say the same thing. And then, no shade, the little top, it kind of looks like, it was like, we're going to tie the towel.
And I do not like her hair. I was not happy with this look. She looks
and you know
beautiful.
We love Sabrina.
Yeah, but I didn't love this for her.
And that's fair. Okay, the last two, we've got Paris Hilton.
Ooh, she looks pretty.
Never disappoints. She kind of looks like...
wow. I love that dress.
It reminds me of like a sunrise.
Yeah, no, Grammy goes too.
Oh,
she
yeah,
looks
for
fantastic.
sure.
I don't think I saw her yet.
And then Julia Fox.
This is my girl.
Mm-hmm.
She would never do wrong in my eyes. I like everything she does, everything she wears. And it's a Grammy goes too.
Okay, so let's talk about it because it kind of looks like she's wearing an office outfit and the gloves you clean the kitchen with. So what about it is giving? Is it because it's her?
It's because it's her, and she can do no wrong.
So I could not wear that.
No.
Okay.
No one else could.
You could.
No,
I just
only
need you to know
Julia.
that. Well, that was our game edition of And the Grammy Goes To. Moving on along. I think there was like actually a lot of good looks this year. I mean, you know, you had your outliers, but they were also like crazy. So.
Yeah, no, everyone looked great.
So I love it. Okay, well, now that we've moved past the red carpet, let's move on to the ceremony.
Let's move on to the show.
Overall, what do you think?
It was one of the better Grammys.
I think so too.
In a long time. It was too long.
The one note.
Why was we? I was like
7 to 11 o'clock.
That was way too long. Had they cut out begging for money for 30 minutes, we would have done better.
Can we talk about that? Because I don't want it to sound like we're like, who cares?
No, well, obviously not.
We don't feel that way. It was at a point giving telethon.
100%.
But I've watched telethons. They're fun.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a little like I felt like even the celebrities there were like, bro.
Enough. I felt like you say it in the beginning, you say it in the middle, you say it at the end. I just felt like it kept getting brought up. And I did understand the thinking behind it. I loved the commercials they did supporting local businesses.
Same.
I loved having all the firefighters and all the first responders and the people on stage and all of that. I thought that was great. Don't ask me for money when I can see 3 billionaires behind you.
That part.
Respectfully. And granted, they have already given,
yes.
I'm sure. Beyonce, Jay-Z, Taylor, they've probably already donated way more money than I could have ever imagined. But it felt tacky.
It did.
A little tacky.
They should have done, there was 1 year, I don't think it was necessarily like a televised thing. Maybe it was like the GLAAD Awards or something. There was literally a bit where they were like, get out your wallet, get out your little purse and give me some money. Like, and I can't remember who did it, but it was also a hit.
Yeah.
And the bit was, but they raised money because of it. I want to say it was a GLAAD thing, but it was kind of like, well, I mean, we're all here in couture. Let's shake them down.
And they did make $7 million, which is great.
Yeah.
But I did like that he called out the people up in the boxes, all the businesses. And shouted out all the ones who gave. I just felt like it was a little bit of an overkill.
But overall, I thought the ceremony was great. Very much too long. There were some hot moments. First things first, Taylor Swift, she's going to dance her way through life.
Although she did not take home any awards, she had the best time out of anyone. At one point, I think she had on Janelle Monáe's
when she
jacket.
Yep.
She had a bottle of Ace of Spades, baby. She did a little twerk. Watching her is so much fun.
It is. She has said before, she was like, you have to go to these things, and they can get boring. She's like, make them fun. She's like, she didn't say normal people, but she was like, people pay so much money to be that close.
Yes.
And we're just sitting there checking our phones.
It's like ridiculous. She is a party girl, and I am here for it. She was one of my favorite parts of the night. She just the joy of it all. She looks really happy.
Yeah.
And I'm happy for her.
I love
and
that.
drunk. She looks happy and drunk.
She does look. Look, if there's free champagne, I'll take it. That's,
I loved it.
I couldn't do that on camera.
You know, she had the best time.
You know me when I have too much champagne. We'll tell you that story another day. Okay, let's talk about who were your performances.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All of the best new artist performances were great.
Minus Kahujian.
Oh, child.
There, no tea, no shade. There, listen. You're nominated for a Grammy. There's an audience out there who will pay high dollar to see you. Me and Raven are
not those people.
them,
respectfully,
but I'm glad that was a little separate from like the medley,
because that would have been.
I felt like it for the first time in a long time. This was like a best new artist category where I knew pretty much all the artists
exactly,
and I rocked with all their songs throughout the year.
Doechii.
Mm-hmm. You just got me turned on to Doechii, so whoo.
The creativity of it all and the fact that regardless of the stage and the space, it's a good show.
Yeah.
She is stellar. She is so creative. The choreography on 1,000. She looked amazing. The mic was on. Mm-hmm. I was so impressed with her.
Yeah.
I thought she was phenomenal. Benson Boone.
Doing all those little flips.
First of all, that poor baby had to pick his wedgie out.
He did. Well, was it his wedgie? He was just in the front. I don't know if he was picking out a wedgie.
He probably couldn't breathe, take a good deep breath to do them flips because it was sucking him in so hard.
You know, and everybody noticed how when Chappell Rome was talking about insuring and giving people health, he got up and stood up and said, yeah, somebody's probably not going to insure you because you're out there doing all those flips.
Exactly.
When I saw him in Nashville, I'm not kidding, he probably did that probably at least 15 times.
He's got to stop that.
It
makes me very uncomfortable.
It makes me very nervous.
And let's talk about Jennifer Lopez looking at him like a piece of chicken.
She said baby girl too.
She was ready to take a bite out of Benson Boone.
When he touched her, she was like,
I said,
You know, she was, remember for a while she was dating Casper, her little dancer.
Oh yeah, he was a young, maybe she likes young.
Allegedly. I mean, I'm not going to put that on you, J-Lo, but I mean,
maybe she likes a little cougar moment.
Look, if Benson Boone showed any interest in me,
she is 25 years older than him, I think.
Yeah.
Because he's 25, I think.
Yeah. Baby girl too.
Go ahead, J-Lo, but he was great too. His voice is phenomenal. And then you had Ray.
Let's talk about Ray.
Gosh, what a dream.
Just from a technical.
What a dream.
And I know it's not always fun to compare artists, but like, people were saying that's who should have played Amy Winehouse.
Oh, 100%.
In the movie.
100%.
And she just, the jazz styling, the vocal ability, the control. When she hit that big note. And she's been doing it for years now, granted, best new artist. But she just, and it was like,
she takes you to the stratosphere for sure.
Yes.
And she looked amazing. And she looked so comfortable. I will say that about all the best new artists. They looked like they belonged.
Yeah.
And everyone looked so comfortable and like in their own style, doing their own thing. And like, honestly, they were all fantastic.
Yeah.
And then you have Miss Sabrina Carpenter.
I love when she does
so
like
cute.
The bit. I love when she commits to
cute.
it. It was so funny because I was texting some friends and I was like, LOL, I love my little Goldie Hawn. And then later somebody was like, oh, did you know this is a reference to a Goldie Hawn thing? And I was like, that's why I said it. I was like, she's literally giving Goldie Hawn right now in that performance. I loved it. She's so funny. You forget
she's
that
so
she
funny.
Started out as an actress.
Yeah, she's so funny. She sounded great. She looked great. She made it her own. She really shows her personality, which is like.
And we got to see her on tour.
Yeah.
And she did that all through the show.
It was amazing.
It was
such a good show.
Okay, now I miss Chappell because I was picking up somebody's Uber Eats downstairs and they couldn't pause. Wonder who.
I was so hungry.
How was Chappell?
She was great. I tried to record it on my phone for you.
How do you say you tried? We are millennials. We know how to work the phone.
Well, and
I still haven't seen this performance. I don't even know what she sang.
Oh, really?
No.
She sang Pink Pony Club.
Of course she did. It
was great. Visually, I couldn't tell if they were clowns or what was happening, but she sounded amazing. She was phenomenal.
I love that for her.
Yeah. You should.
How was your dinner?
Check it out on YouTube. I don't even remember what I ate.
Okay.
Sush. No, I had sush. It was so good.
I'm glad me running down there was worth it.
Yeah, it was great.
Okay. The last performance that I really enjoyed, two, Charli XCX. That was just fun.
Especially
was so fun. That last hour was giving minutes at the meeting. No offense.
No offense.
But, and when they started throwing the panties everywhere,
Yeah.
and I like the little thing that was like, these will be donated.
I know. I said, y'all better do some of them panties.
Yes,
But
because panties are expensive.
Yes, Julia was there. She had some other like TikTok people, models.
Yeah, models.
It was a great show, a great performance.
I love that. Now the last one, our girl.
Cynthia.
Doing notes that I didn't even know it could exist.
I honestly, Trinity, my friend Trinity.
Hi, Trinity.
Hit the nail on the head. It's so refreshing to watch an artist and not feel that like, oh, are they gonna hit it? Oh, are they gonna get it? Ooh, like you can just sit back.
You're shocked if they don't.
Exactly. You could just sit back and really enjoy the moment because she always hits it. She always makes it her own too. Like it doesn't matter the song. She is it's just in her.
Yeah.
It is just in her.
So my all-time favorite Grammy performance, and I could still cry when I watch it, is Whitney Houston singing One Moment in Time at the 1980 whatever Grammys for the Olympics. When I was watching her and she was just moving her hand and just had her eyes closed, you knew she was going to go for the note and she was going to get it, just like you said. I was like, there's just an anointing. You cannot vocal lesson yourself into that.
Nope.
It is an angel going before you go through the urethra, before you are born.
I don't think you go through the urethra. You don't go
The
through the
birth
root canal.
I don't know.
Yeah, the vaginal canal. Your urethra's a different hole, girl. He trying to put Cynthia through the urethra.
Texas sex education. They told me you could get herpes in your eye.
I'm pretty sure you probably can.
No, but like, let's move on. Okay,
do you want me to walk you through the logistics of how to get a herpes in your eye?
No. The lady who taught me in sex education, this is what it was. She said you could get herpes in your eye if you get the stuff in your eye. Do we know what the stuff is? Exactly. And I was like, and then somebody in the background was like, you mean and she was like, let's not talk. And I was like, you're teaching us about sex. This is why everybody in Texas gets pregnant when they're on the cheerleading team. Like, get out of here. Anyway, let's move on. Cynthia,
beautiful. Best performance of the night.
Best performance of the night. And then it led into some very good ones as well, a little long-winded. Now, when Stevie Wonder sang We Are the World.
I loved that. You and I really enjoyed that.
I did. You did. We all did.
Can we talk about one thing that made me very much upset?
Tell me.
I hate the in memoriams. Or in memoriams. Okay, for real, I be forgetting who died. And we have to do it. And I acknowledge that we have to do. We need to honor. When they pulled Liam's face up,
I almost like
I literally. Yeah. I was so upset because I'm like, he really died.
Yeah, he out here not
dead.
Living.
Yes,
not out here living. Yes.
I was almost they put the wrong picture up. Like that was my initial, and then I was like, oh no, he really went on and got his robe. I hate that part.
It was not fun
at all. And they did a little tribute to him, and it was like
that little video.
A little but that is one of my happier Liam memories from the movie.
Just looking out at
because he's it's like a group of fans out there.
A group, girl. It was half the stadium.
Listen, and he's going, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a happy thing.
It was.
I didn't even think that, but I could see how that could be troubling.
Yeah, and it was really crazy. You know, recently the Nashville music community, a lot of people I know who are songwriters, someone passed away here, and they were in that memoriam, and even as
memoriam.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
It's a memoriam.
Okay, I don't know why.
What is a memoriam? Where are you from?
I always call it I've always said in memoriam, and literally and no one's ever corrected me. And then the other night Raven goes, a what? And I was like, the in memoriam. A memorial.
Yeah. You don't say a memorial.
What do in memoriam? Is that what I've been saying?
Yeah.
In memoriam.
Yeah, like a memorial.
Yeah.
Memoriam.
In memoriam. I don't know why I did it. No one's corrected me. So is it my fault or is it theirs?
Yours.
No, it's not. Okay. But I get what you're saying. I understand. Yeah. But let's get to the ultimate moment of the night. My girl. Yes. Beyoncé. Taking home Artist of the Year. Actually, let's start.
I'm going to say you skipping over.
I'm skipping over some stuff.
The Country Album of the Year.
Country Album of the Year, and then my favorite new meme. Me when someone says, hey, on Grindr and they're 0 feet away. Me when I'm on a Teams call but going to Mexico.
She looked genuinely shocked.
She did.
I was just so happy for her. Seeing her reaction made it even better because I really don't think she was expecting to take that home.
No. Let's rewind back to the 2016 Grammy. She probably thought, I am here to smile and wave again.
Exactly.
While people play in my face.
100%. You know who else was shocked? Casey Musgraves. And I'm a new fan of hers. And now I'm thinking about taking my fan card back.
Okay, now let me say this. Her publicist literally had to come out and say, this is like Billy. It was like, this is a way to put women against women, yada, yada, yada.
Okay.
Now, granted, have you heard, I know you haven't, have you heard her album Pageant Material?
Girl.
I know. I said, I know you haven't. She has a song on there called,
Beyonce?
You guessed it. No, called Pageant Material.
Oh.
And the line literally says, God bless the girls who smile and hug when they're called out as the runner-up on TV. I wish I could, but I just can't wear a smile when a smile ain't what I'm feeling. So she didn't win, but I mean, I've seen Casey at so many award shows otherwise that is like, she didn't win and she just looked sad. I mean, even when she got up there and thanked Miranda, because Miranda recorded one of her songs that kind of, got Casey apparently, allegedly in the writing world kind of up there. I mean, she almost thanked her like they had beef. Like I know a bunch of her friends because we live in this town. She's just not somebody who's just going to be like, oh my gosh. Like when
She's not excitable.
She's not excitable. When I worked at the Bobby Bones show, he played in her face, and I can not even allegedly say this because I worked there. DNA, anyway.
NDA?
Sure. I'm getting them mixed up tonight. All of that to say, they kind of played in her face, and then they tried to come back and be like, LOL, it was a joke. She's like, no, that was not funny, and that was not cool, and I'm going to stand on that. And she's not doing, and I think that's why she's gotten as far as she has, because she hasn't played the country radio game either.
I also feel like she's a girl's girl. Like,
I
she
do too.
gives off girl's girl energy. I don't know her super well. Obviously, I'm just a new fan. But, like, she doesn't give hater vibes.
No.
So I was a little confused by that. But I'm glad that her publicist came out and cleared it up.
You know what it reminds me of?
What?
To other people I love, when Taylor won for 1989, it was Tori Kelly's first year at the Grammys. Do you remember this? And Taylor got up there and she kind of made the whole spiel. There will be people who would try to take your career, and people thought she was hinting at Kanye. And it cut to Tori, and Tori is sitting there, and it cuts to her, and she's like, you thought Casey's was bad? Tori's was like
worse?
stank face.
Oh, no.
And it just kind of washed by the way. I was doing Tori.
I know, but I didn't want you to get comfortable in that position.
But all of that to say, it was interesting, but I don't think she meant anything by it.
I don't either.
To be filmed like that for 4 hours, I know for a fact, me and Raven were going,
listen,
by the end of that.
There's so much of this you can do.
Yeah. And if you can't, you get drunk and dance like Taylor
exactly.
Swift.
Taylor didn't care who won. She was like, woo!
Yeah, literally. Okay, but let me tell you something. She was so shocked, Blue had to get her together. She said, get up,
girl,
and sing diva.
Helpful. Blue looked at her like, okay, bitch.
Yeah, get up.
Go get your award.
They're only going to give you 90 seconds.
Blue looked like such a big girl.
We're starting to see the transition.
Yeah,
we're
she got to raise her parents. I'm there too, Blue. Me and you there together. Because them two I got. Baby, they is hard to raise.
Oh, yes. The transition is... It's sudden and brisk.
It is.
So I love. She goes.
And she was like, "Oh yeah, I have to get my award."
I loved it. I mean, obviously, as soon as it happened, and all these little country outlets were reporting on it, people were like, "She's not country," and it was.
The comments were in shambles.
I didn't really go to it, but I have a friend of the pod, Tanner. Hello. My favorite thing was he got on one that's like based around Nashville, and people were like, "She's not country," blah blah blah. We missed out on Lainey. We missed out on so and so, and he just said, "And no matter how much you complain, she still has the award."
Exactly.
I
so
love
you can
it.
keep it.
No matter what happens, she still won Country of the Year and Artist of the Year.
I also love the full circle moment of Taylor being able to give her the award.
Yes.
She also looked thrilled.
You know what I kind of love is, if I remember correctly, they're in like almost the same color pattern as when Beyonce gave her moment at the VMAs.
Because Taylor wears red every day.
Red. So, one thing she's going to do is promote that album, baby.
That's true. But yes, it was a beautiful moment. And then the big one happened.
The big one.
Finally.
After all these years.
After all of these albums and all of these years, she has been given the recognition from her peers that she deserves. And she won Album of the Year.
As much as you love Beyonce, I'm gonna ask you a slightly controversial question.
Go ahead.
she got the album of the year for
Cowboy Carter.
Cowboy Carter. Would you, if you had a chance to take that and transfer it to another Beyonce work, would you, or would you give it to her for this?
I would give it to her for this.
Okay, work. Because I've seen even people who really stand Beyonce, they said, I'm so happy she got it. It should have gone to Lemonade. It should have gone to Renaissance.
She should have gotten all of them.
That's the real tea.
Lemonade for sure. Who won that year? Adele?
I think so, because she was like, oh, I love you so much. And Beyonce's like, okay.
I will say, I love that Adele album. I thought Lemonade should have taken it that year. The year that Harry won, which was last year.
I believe so, yeah.
I was okay with that because that was a really good album. But I definitely think she should have won for Lemonade already. But this is how I feel about it.
Tell me.
With Cowboy Carter, as a body of work, it's beautifully put together. It's produced beautifully, written beautifully, all the things. But for the culture, for the movement, for like artist community to show that you can move in and out of genres at this stage of her career, it's
regardless
revolutionary.
Of the backlash you are receiving.
Yeah, it's revolutionary. And I think, is it an album you go back to every day to listen to your favorite song? Maybe not. Yeah. But what it did for the music industry and for the culture, it's unmatched. Yeah. So yeah, I do think she should have been recognized for it for sure.
I do too. And I'm glad she won it. Now, granted, there was a lot of stan war opinions online. Do you think Billie was crying because she was happy for her, or she was just
She was crying because she was happy for her.
Okay, that's what you think.
100%.
Because like,
Billie Eilish is fine. She's won before. She always wins.
And she's gonna win again. Let's
she's
call
gonna
it what
win
it is.
again.
She's won album of the year, right?
I believe so, but everyone, Cynthia was crying. Gaga was crying. A lot of people were emotional because it was an emotional moment. She is everyone's favorite artist. Yeah. And I don't understand why Gaga's allowed to cry. I guess because they weren't nominated.
Maybe.
But yeah, no, I think she was happy for her, like everybody else.
Final thoughts. The last thing, Kendrick sweeping.
I am so happy for Kendrick DeAndre Lamar. Let's start with Drake is having a bad day, bad week.
Has somebody checked on him? Probably not.
Probably not. For him to go to that lawsuit and say that the record label hyped this up and babe, everybody just liked the song because it's a good song.
Yeah.
All
13,000 members of the Academy.
Oh my God,
I'm like, quit saying
we got it. It's 13,000 of y'all. Also, whoever picked the tracks for the walk up, messy, you messy and you petty.
Wait, why?
Because he got up there. They not like us. They not like us. And all you hear is the whole auditorium go, A minor.
Oh!
I was like,
that was not clicking for me.
Oh my God.
I'm very interested to see how that's going to roll out at the Super Bowl.
Oh my God. I was like, that was terrible. Taylor, the main one, holding up a bottle of champagne. A minor. Beyonce was singing it. Blue was singing it. Jay was singing it.
Did you see when they cut to Beyonce though? She was singing it and then she noticed the camera was there and was like,
everyone, it's a good song.
It's a good song.
It's the record of the year. It's the song of the year. He swept and he should have. I'm so happy for him. I think this is a good tee up for the Super Bowl performance that we're about to see coming up.
Now that I've seen that, I think it's going to be wild.
It's going to be so good. I'm so happy for him.
I love
He deserves every minute.
Okay, well, final thoughts. The next thing I think we have is what? The Oscars.
Really?
There's going to be the SAG Awards and stuff, but I don't think me and you are going to be straight from the SAG Awards.
We might if someone invites us to correspond.
Oh, we would totally correspond. Now, granted, you know what I do like? I like the SAG Award, the statue you win. Yeah. It's like a green marble. It's given Elphaba, so guess who should get the award?
Elphaba.
Anyways, but yeah, I think the next is Oscars. We've got Super Bowl next week, so
that's going to be a big one.
It's going to be a big one. Thank y'all. Listen, we love doing this podcast, and I know sometimes it can work out, all that kind of stuff. This is something we want to do full time, but thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to this extra episode. If you watch our stuff, our reactions, anything, I just want to give a big thank you, and I know Raven does too.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like we're coming up on our first birthday soon.
We really are.
Here.
You going to get me anything?
Maybe.
Okay.
And the growth we've had in a year is absolutely insane. And the feedback has been so great, and y'all have been so supportive. So thank you.
Yeah.
This is our little thank you with a bonus episode for the week.
And no, it's a real thank you because I'm tired.
Me too. I worked a whole day in my regular job. But no, thank y'all so much for watching. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank y'all. And with all that being said, thank you so much for listening to this extra special episode of the Grammy edition of Rewind the Podcast. If you want to listen to other episodes, including the one we released yesterday, you can listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you like podcasts. I'm not here to tell you what you like because you are a grown adult. But hey, guess what? If you want to watch the podcast, you can watch us on the YouTube and see our beautiful faces. You can like, comment, subscribe, and sign up for alerts because, like I said, we've got extra stuff coming out, and this is how you get to see it firsthand.
Yeah.
With all that being said, Raven.
Like Blake said, you can find us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. When you find us, give us 5 stars and leave us a review. You can find me on all social media platforms at I am Raven Dawson.
And I am Chronically Online. You can find me anywhere there's a social media site at Blake Rackley. And with all that being said, we'll see you
next week.
Ta-ta.
Toodles.